welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. We're gonna buy some kites.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
Wow, efficient.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
Fashion, economics, jewelry, and jade pottery.
He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things.
What a warm
that's
sentiment.
For sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else. But there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Going outside the lines for the Animal Archon, because like Venti's a fucking fits Venti's childish behavior, as does the wind, I guess.
Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame, as does that which the Cryo Archon once... Yes, these details are masterfully done.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
He was referring to the Fatui god, right? Forget what the name was.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
As for the payment, he says...
Well, allow me.
Ah, fantastic.
Hey, it's Child!
You arranged to meet here.
No, I was merely passing through.
Sure.
I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever.
You've
Well,
got
then,
jokes.
Since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Huge bag of Mora. Find 3 workers. Okay. Hey Rando, can you help me? Okay, cool. Hey Rando, can you help me? Okay, cool. A toe.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Brave adventurer, we have need of 5 crystal flies.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 more. What say you?
A most fair price.
No, let's negotiate. Ah.
Five geocrystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth about this much. I'll do it.
Dude was just about to give him 5,000 extra Mora. Oh, tic tac and toe.
Odd jobs at Eugene Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt?
Not even that, just the Geo Archon thing.
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Of course not.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
It seems like I can drive them down even further. One thing that I was taught for contract negotiations was that a strong response to an insultingly low offer is to simply walk away and say, when you're ready to get serious, then we'll talk. And even in games, like, I don't want that to happen, so I don't want to give people such an insultingly low offer. Of course, I have no reference point as to how much these things are supposed to be worth, so I'm just taking a guess. But just assuming that whatever they're asking for, you can always kind of assume this. Unless you know, right? First of all, there are some reasons to overpay for something. Whether it's because you want that person to, the goodwill between you and that person or the other party to grow, and that's a part of like a first step for that trust and stuff like that. Or the downside could be is that they think they can just sucker you out of all your money. The other reason is if it's kind of like you're returning a favor sort of thing. But generally speaking, unless you know that price to be market for whatever particular area that you're looking at, you have background in that, then you're probably paying more than you need to and should try to negotiate if you can. Obviously, you can't negotiate in all circumstances, but negotiation is a very interesting art.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
Fetch me 50 tree branches and 20 stacks of timber.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 Mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
Done.
Idiots. Wait, let's talk prices. So this is really interesting. So if we had give them all what they wanted at their word, then we would have been 10 short? We had 50 something, 55,000 was it? And it was 25, 20, then 15. That would have been 60. Interesting.
Huh? No. How about a bit more? This amount isn't worth going out of the way to make only one trip.
That's reasonable.
Let me think. Deal. This price is reasonable. I'll hop right to it.
Do we get the remainder, or what?
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Mavis, like, what the fuck, Paimon?
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need?
No!
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after?
Forgetting what happened in Mondstadt.
Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Well, the Fatui basically sucks, so...
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Of course he wasn't. Maybe if Paimon wasn't such a... fucking ditz with information, the situation could have been approached a little more tactfully. Or maybe he legitimately is upset because he feels like we should trust him now and he feels hurt that we don't. That doesn't seem correct for his type of... Would he be a trickster? He seems like kind of a trickster. You know, I just noticed this today, but I didn't realize that you get those little arrows when you get a buff. 'Cause I am dumb. Or a debuff is arrows down.
The reception is deserted. And it seems kinda spooky in here.
There's no light.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
There's
The
light.
reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
Though, like always. The short person. Oh, is this Qiqi?
So many medicines, but no cure for heartache.
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
Paimon, if you're going to talk about height, you,
Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction. Anyway, there's something
So
weird
basically
about
you're
this
making
one
fun of this
over
person
here.
for being unable to
What's
float.
the talisman doing on her forehead? It can't be. She's a zombie.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Qiqi.
Qiqi. Okay, I kept calling her Qiqi. I guess that makes sense because the Q always is a ch sound for all the other names.
Once upon a time, Qiqi died. Then, Qiqi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Qiqi is a zombie.
What? Such nonchalant delivery for a bombshell revelation.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Qiqi can get your medicine, but only if you show Qiqi your prescription. These are Qiqi's orders from Qiqi.
Orders?
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself. My dear Qiqi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. but we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
What a tragic character.
Okay then. How did you manage that?
But Qiqi helps you. You help Qiqi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
So rationalizing what you're doing in order to make it seem okay. You do realize that's just an inherently flawed way of looking at things from an objective standpoint, I suppose. From a subjective standpoint, yeah, as long as you can convince yourself that everything's okay, then why not?
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a Cocogoat. Please and thank you.
Hunt the what with the witch and the where?
Guizhong Ballista. I have heard of this device before. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Tianheng by an adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Tianheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside out.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the Cocogoat.
The Cocogoat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast.
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, just that the Cocogoat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Do tell us if you remember anything else you don't remember.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
Whoever writes for like the silent protagonist is probably one of the best silent protagonist writers I've ever had the pleasure of engaging in a game.
What the heck is a Cocogoat?
Wow, Qiqi is tragic, yeah. Just dead already before you even meet her. But I guess she can still order herself, which is good. Compared to being a mindless zombie.
It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Aw, what? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers!
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand. That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were made for the Guizhong Ballista when it was first built, in case it was damaged in battle. As I recall,
Of course he knows that.
there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista. One just needs to understand the basic working principles of the device.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
More to him than meets the eye.
Where is that supply post? Here, post...
Ah.
These parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
That's incredibly fast.
Ooh! Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have nothing. And over there, more nothing.
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing?
We shoot it at them.
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question. It's just good manners.
Ha! Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders.
Oh,
old
good.
Man.
So if we kill you, we'll really fuck your
This area's supposed to be chock full of
agency up.
hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys.
How long ago was that? Because how long has that thing been out of operation?
A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. Then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it! The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces, and that's if you get out of this alive!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
Badass. Now I'm just gonna stand back here while you guys do all the work. Boss is already gone. I think you should give it up. That dude's just straight up dead. Oh, more. Oh wait, is that him again? Treasure hoarders are fun to beat up.
These lowlifes didn't know who they were messing with.
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Qiqi.
Maybe because they have a sense of arrogance to them that like the Hilichurls don't, because they're a little more they're not mindless, but it's like they're just kind of primal, right? Whereas these treasure hoarders just think they can do whatever the fuck they want. So when you crush them, it's more like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our Cocogoat?
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Qiqi put it.
Which means...
Saying this was a complete waste of time?
I wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
What? Saying nothing is going too far?
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy, explain that we could not find a Cocogoat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best. That's what counts.
It would not surprise me if we go in there and Qiqi was like, "Who are you again?" It almost seems odd that he wouldn't know Qiqi.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Cocogoat Adeptabeast of which you speak.
And we looked for an entire 5 seconds through the scope.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
Aw, poor Qiqi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Do you have any other clues? Wait, what do you need this Cocogoat for?
Cocogoat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could make such tasty milk. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
This zombie child.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and, so how are you supposed to predict anything? Literally no one could have seen this coming.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Qiqi say a bad thing?
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
Time to tell you where coconut milk comes from.
No. Impossible.
Seems Qiqi took this pretty hard.
She just needs time to work through it.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking after my little Qiqi.
Might I ask who...
The fuck you are?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Wow, you are... something. What an outfit. Although your snake's badass.
Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Qiqi.
Ha! Says the other mascot.
The snake is speaking.
Nothing in Liyue surprises me anymore.
I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent.
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Qiqi aside, what business brings you here?
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last, things are finally starting to come together.
3 million mora, top quality, guaranteed.
Might as well just rob the golden house.
Aw, too bad the Qixing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself. Though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much more. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
No shame.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to child?
Apparently, yes.
Cocogoat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy. see.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Ubu Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Qiqi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Qiqi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 mora.
That's like 0 difference from 3 million!
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it is a whole 10,000 less than the original sum of 3 million. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Qiqi, see you soon.
Their Child's just gonna pay him that money?
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope. What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting incense. The completion of our preparations is not far off.
Whew, finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
It's been odd.
Odd?
Or experiencing the struggles of the poor?
Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to remuneration for your help, I've decided to treat you to a meal.
Wow, amazing. Zhongli treating?
Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring the mora this time. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole-in-the-wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
I'd eat there. This isn't like Shenmue where they're like, yeah, you need to get 3 million mora, or you're not progressing. Might as well go work. Ooh, ooh. That for 20 hours or so. Okay. Yeah.
Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so. Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take such unorthodox orders as fruit juice.
Does this mean I can order wine this time?
I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
Guess I should have expected this.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the tale of Lady Ningguang's Jade Chamber.
Iron tongue, interesting.
Hey,
instead of silver?
There's a storyteller here. Great atmosphere.
Iron seems significantly worse than silver.
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance is the reason why this place is so well loved. But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide uses to judge other establishments.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds, a palace in the mist. What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This my friends. Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky. Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below. Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide. They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Twain have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it.
I need to use Ningguang more often. What a badass.
These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Such is their value. Merely grasping 1 or 2 of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom, enough to stay a step or 2 ahead of your peers.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we saw her at the Rite of Descension. Huh. Paimon wonders what sort of person she is.
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
Who's there?
Paimon, we gotta go.
Wait, I am not with the Millelith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yue High Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you.
Emissary?
Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
Yeah, cool design.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
I love how much purple this game uses in general in its character designs.
My apologies, you
like
who
the
have
blue,
returned from Jueyun
purple,
Karst.
violet, like mix.
I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full.
I guess she's more just blue, but still, looks nice.
But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan. She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite her to come here. I wish to meet her.
Wow, they actually said her instead of him. Like earlier in the stories where they just always refer to you as a guy, even if the text was correct in figuring out which character you picked.
At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
Ooh. I am way too excited.
A toast to our success.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just disappeared. But we've received an invitation from the Liyue Qixing. Paimon still can't believe it.
Why are you narrating what just happened 2 seconds ago?
We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best manners.
I always mind my manners.
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor indeed. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Don't worry, we won't
Like I gotta go back to... Fuck. Yeah, I know how to... At 34, I know how to raise my adventure. Fuck. I gotta get up to 35 to meet with Ningguang? That sucks. I think for more immersion purposes, I'm gonna start going back to Mavis when, like, doing the quest stuff, and then we can switch to Jean later. But, like, whenever we're in the story stuff, it's always her, so, like, she should be the lead. Makes sense. Okay. We could speak to Miss Yu. Actually, we're almost halfway through 34 already. Maybe after doing this and doing Jean's quest, we'll be good to go. Let's check this out real quick. Wonder if they're gonna make this the emissary and the pharmacist playable characters at some point. It seems like they like to do that with all the like unique, interesting characters, besides those that might be considered like enemies. I'm sure the thing with Child is he's more of an anti-hero than an enemy. Oh, okay, she's gonna give us bounties and shit. Gotcha. Alright, so on the next episode, we'll go the Good Hunter and see what's up with that. And get to Jean's quest, and then hopefully we'll be at level 35 where we can jump right into Ningguang's quest, which, not her quest, but meeting up with her, which I am very excited about. You know what, before we end, we do. Let's see if we can catch ourselves a Zhongli. Oh, sweet. Okay, well, if I wasn't gonna get Zhongli, Jingyan? Is that how you pronounce her name? She would have been my second hopeful. Her design's fucking awesome. She's a rocker. That's sweet. I'm excited to try her out. Cold Steel. Nice. Alright, so that'll do it. So, yeah, catch us next time. Another episode of Genshin Impact, because I can't stop, won't stop. Alright, everyone. See you next time.